What's up, everybody? It's the Rockstar motherfucking Barbie. It's my 21st birthday. It's August 26th, and it's currently 1:09 a.m. And I'm about to do a 21 questions for my 21st birthday. I know it's been a minute, it's been a while, but we're about to get into it. I'm here with my stylist, Fancy. I haven't seen her in a minute, so we're about to catch up and get these 21 questions answered.
Yes. All right. So before we get into it, let's take these shots.
Of course.
You're 21.
You're 21.
Happy birthday. Nice and smooth. All right, love. So, the fans want to get a little bit more personal with you because you don't know too much about you. Well, I do, but they don't.
Right.
So, let's start with how you even got here. What is your relationship like with your parents?
My relationship now is very good with my parents. We do this shit together, and it wasn't always like this, so I'm grateful, and we're accomplishing a lot of things. It's a powerhouse over here for real.
That's great. It's always good to have that family support.
Seriously, definitely.
Okay, and so I know I heard you a little bit of a daddy's girl.
Just a tad.
Okay, so how does your relationship with your dad or any relationships that you've had with, young men, how has that affected your outlook on men overall?
Well, I will say I have a wonderful relationship with my father. It's improved over the years. Being I'm the only girl, only daughter, I got brothers. I was like the third son until I was 15. So it took a minute for us to get that real daddy-daughter bond. But the music really brought us together because my dad sings. So
that is wonderful.
It's like he prayed for me, and then the gift that he possessed was passed down to me. And now here I am singing and shit.
Yes.
So and as far as these other niggas go, I can't really say too much, but I'm happy. I'm happy. I can say that. Yeah.
Okay, and so your love life, are you dating?
I'm not currently dating. I've been single for about a year and some change. Of course, everybody when they're single, they explore their options. But I'm not serious with anybody, and nobody's serious with me. So I'm fine right now.
That's what's up.
Yes.
Okay. That's what's up. All right. So, give me some pros and cons of dating another person that's also in music as well as you.
Pros, they understand your schedule, they understand your life, they understand the attention, they understand the love. Cons, they get attention, they get love, and I don't be liking that, you know what I'm saying? And I will say, I've dated other up and coming artists and people that were pursuing the same thing as me, and on one hand I had a guy that was very supportive, and then on another hand I had one that made us feel like it was competition. So it depends. It depends. But I just stay out of it. Right. I just stay out of it altogether because I've seen the good and the bad, and it's all fucked up really.
So I guess, would you do it again?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
That was easy.
No.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about when you were a dancer.
Well, entertainment is entertainment, and that's how I had to view it in order for me to do that shit and really get that right mentality to be able to do it. And at the time, I had just been recently out of a relationship for a long time, and for a minute up until that point, even before that relationship, I always felt so codependent on somebody else. And I was just seeking independence. I needed my own identity, and I needed to make my own fucking money. And shit was getting expensive. I had bills, and it was you know what? I'm beautiful. I'm on stages all the time. Around that time, I had already started getting, doing shows and shit. So I was already used to being around people. All I had to do was, get a little naked. And I don't have no problem with that because I love my body. So if it makes me money and, it's making me happy for the moment, fuck it. And I did that shit. It was temporary, but I did that shit.
That's what's up.
Heck, I made my money, and here I am.
You had a stage name?
I was June.
That's right. So it was June. That's right.
That's everywhere I go. Bitch. I don't know me, bitch. Yeah.
Okay, so I hear that, you said your dad sings, and I know you have a brother who's also an artist. Did he have some influence in your take on music?
Most definitely. 98%. You're gonna grow up you're gonna grow up in a household where your father's a singer and your brother's downstairs recording his own fucking music. I mean, it's kind of hard not to feed off that shit. And I was already, you know what I'm saying? It was motivational and like that shit was just for the fuck of it. You know what I'm saying? To see a nigga really dedicate all his time and energy to something that's damn near a hobby, that shit'll motivate anybody, whether you're making money or not. I mean, when you can really fucking endorse yourself off of talent, why the fuck not do it? You know, and he's so fucking hard, so dope. I always love his sound. I always feel like he's different and shit, which made me want to be different. I'm like, if my brother come like this, then I gotta come like that. Cause it's only right. Cause he already fucking doing this, so I gotta do the whole other one. You know? So definitely, huge influence. Shout out to that nigga. He's a fucking pop star.
Shout out to bro. What's your brother's name?
Like motherfucking Bash, one and only. Nigga's a real fucking pop rock star. Seriously.
Okay, so then how did you know that this music was for you then?
I always kind of knew I was going to be a star. I didn't know whether it was going to be through like acting or like vlogging, some YouTuber shit, but I just always knew like I'm going to be known for something. And when I actually started recording my music and realized, you know what, I'm fucking talented. 2 and 2 equal 4. It was like, fuck it, this what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Shit feels right. I didn't get in the studio and lock up. I didn't get nervous. That shit felt like home to me. So it felt like, you know what, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I'm doing this. And I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Like, shit, I didn't go to college. I'm doing this. Like, this is my college. I'm a student of fucking music. Get my bachelor's in fucking being a rock star.
Yes, baby girl.
Yes.
So are you signed?
I am. For one, I have, of course, my own family label. Our entertainment label is called Griftstar Entertainment. Our last name is Griffin. I don't know if many people know that, but if we went to school together, they definitely do.
Shout out to Griftstar.
Shout out to Griftstar. Shout out to the whole motherfucking family. Like, no motherfucking cap. And I recently just got into a very good situation with another label that is about to help me distribute and endorse my music on a more legitimate and established level, and that's all I'm gonna say for now. But it is a big deal. But it's all work. It's all hard work. I gotta do my part. They gotta do their part. But I'm definitely signed, baby. I'm on paperwork for real. Okay,
that's good to know.
Yes.
Okay, so you have like a nice little fan base going. I mean, even myself, you know, when I first met you and I started styling you, and I was like really loving your stuff, watching all your videos. I just love it so much.
Right.
Like, why did you stop doing shows?
Well, I will say it's very important when you're doing whatever you're doing in life that you don't burn yourself out. And you gotta know when to take breaks, and you gotta know when to know your worth and know when, you know what, I'm giving too much. And it's okay. It was more like, I felt like if I'm gonna be taken seriously out here, I gotta do serious shit. And I wasn't saying like every opportunity, every stage, whether it was a fucking pole in the middle of the fucking platform or whether it was a big stage or whatever the case, it prepared me for the next and the next and the next. And I was never, you know, it was never like a ungrateful type of thing, but at some point it's like, okay, I'm getting experience, I'm getting the love, I get it now, but I'm ready for more. And so I sat down. I felt like, you know what, if I'm going to be on paperwork and I'm actually going to be out here trying to get people to take me serious, unless I'm getting paid, and that's just the truth of the matter, I have to sit down. Because if I keep doing shit, keep doing it, nobody's ever going to fucking pay me if I'm pulling up to everything, low budget, high, whatever it is, you know? Just, I had to know, I had to sit down. I had to know when to draw back. I just had to put me first real quick.
Well, okay, I can get that with the shows, but people still love your music. They still keep hearing you. Then why did you take your music down now?
In December of 2021 was when I first got in contact with the team and the consultants that I'm with now. They introduced me to the label that I'm with now, and it was actually their suggestion for me to take all of my projects down because he didn't understand why I was dropping projects when I could be dropping singles and monetizing the value of the music way more, because a 14 song project is 14 singles flat out. So while you're sitting here putting all these songs on one project, motherfuckers only gonna listen to it 25-35% through. These other songs that you have aren't even getting traction or love, so why wouldn't you just drop it as a single so it can get the attention and the record? And that's why I did it, because it made sense. And nobody had ever gave me advice like that before, so it felt like it was like my prerogative. Like, nah, I gotta listen to what this nigga just said to me. I'm about to take because you make so much sense. Because for so long, I felt like dropping music, you know, was just like, what the fuck am I making it for? I'm not gonna drop it. And I was dropping music out on a constant rate, like 12-song projects. Like I had like 4 or 5 projects, 6 EPs and shit out before I dropped anything, which is why I was so drastic. Like what the fuck? But I had to do that shit. I had to. It made sense.
Because you came hard.
I know.
You came hard. I'm gonna tell you that.
Out the gate. That's why people's like, what the fuck? Girl, what you doing? I know.
Well, let me just say, what can we expect from future June?
I definitely want to start making music that's more healing, more purposeful, more meaningful. Me being 21 now, I'm definitely getting more serious about my spiritual journey. And I want to get more serious about healing myself because I want my music to impact people like that. Like, I want my music to heal people. Like, that's what I'm on right now. I'm on a very like Wusa type of path right now. And I'm gonna be honest, it just kind of developed and dawned on me 2 days ago. But 21 just seems like the perfect place to start. Like, I'm on a spiritual journey and I want my music to mimic that shit. That's where I'm at right now.
Well, that's good.
That's how
and I had to ask you that first because I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I wanted to know what inspired the Super Gremlin freestyle because that's on a whole other level of what you're saying right now. And I know it's about the stages that you're at in life, and you made a whole lot of music before people really got to know you, and you just had so much music to drop. So all your music represents the different stages of your life. What inspired that one?
The Super Gremlin freestyle. I kind of felt Kodak only on that hook when he just was like, we could have been superstars. Like, that shit kind of hit me different because during this long process of me establishing myself and finding myself and who I want to be, you lose people. And you lose people who you would have never thought you would lose. And, you know, I wanted to talk about that because I lost a friend that meant so much to me, and not to death, you know, and that shit kind of sucks. And I, you know, was at a point in my life where I felt like I was losing people right before my elevation, and that song dropped and I heard that shit. I'm like, yo, this nigga's like reading me, like talking about his situation, but I feel him, you know, nonetheless, because I can relate. So I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to put that on ice, and I never even had any intentions on dropping that shit. It's still not out. It'll never be out. It'll never be no video or anything.
That's one of my favorites.
Thank you. I needed to get that shit out though because I genuinely felt like, you know, like we could have been superstars. You know,
I've had some situations like that in my past, so I get it. So how do you deal with those like friends, because you definitely have a fan base, you have a following, like you get traction when you go places, like, you know what I mean, like the world is starting to get to know you slowly but surely. So how do you deal with those friends that do they start to act different, or like how many of you feel like stay down?
Honestly, I have like a solid 4 that I know for a fact, well, I'll take that back, a solid 5 that I know for a fact, you know, are here with me for the long run because they've been with me through like before this music shit and everything. And the ones that I have lost, I've learned that, you know what, when you go through life, and especially when we're being so young, I'm already expecting for relationships like that to go ahead. You know, people are going to start eventually leaving themselves out of the picture. And I don't blame them, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you honestly do grow apart from people, and people see different paths for themselves, and you might see a different path for yourself. And it may start to seem like that friendship or that relationship between you all is not beneficial. And you have to learn to love that shit though, like embrace the fact that this isn't beneficial because it's only for your betterment, it's for their betterment. They may go on to be a fucking astronaut, and I may go on to be a fucking rock star, obviously, and everybody's happy. So it's like, it's cool, you know, that's life, and it's taught me a lot, and it's caused me to, you know, obviously have like a kind of a guard up, but also I appreciate the people who are in my life now more than ever, because it's like I've really lost people who I never thought ever would ever, you know, I would be without. So, you know,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. You put it into your music. That's what I do. For the most part.
Okay. Yes. So since that's, you know, your situation, you know, your friends, you consider yourself to be competitive, especially in the rap game?
I'm not more so competitive because I feel like I'm in my own lane. Like, I don't really view, you know, other people as like competition and stuff, because I feel like, you know, we all special in our own ways. If you feel like you that bitch, then you that bitch. Cause I feel like I'm that bitch and can't nobody tell me I'm not that bitch.
Right.
And that's just me and and me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel the same way about anybody else. Like, if you that girl and what you do, be that girl and what you do, and I'm not here to knock you.
Right.
I'm not.
Exactly. Please,
let's do it together. If we can all do it, why the fuck not? There's too much money in this world. We already at odds with the color of our skin. Exactly. So fuck it.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. Like, I think we should do a shot too.
Fuck it. No, let's do it.
Ooh, this is to wealth, health, and happiness.
Always. Okay. So, I'm a little bit from the old school.
And you know, when they ask this question, in your mind, who are the GOATs? I don't want you to go to Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas, okay? I want you to use 21.
Right.
I want to hear what you think right now. The current artist is popping right now, and I want you to only focus on the females. Who are the GOATs to you? Your personal opinion.
First and foremost, Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
And that's just because I genuinely was growing up and watched her become the mogul and the legend that she is today. So it's a whole different kind of respect. I won't say go, but I will say she is great. Coyle Ray, she's definitely a trendsetter. She's out here popping her shit, and she's out here making a way for masculine, feminine women like myself. I'm not all the way girly yet. I will admit I'm still working on it. You know, I got some nigga ways about myself. But Coyle Ray, and you know what? I'm gonna give it to the third, just because it's really no top 5. I hate doing that. It's like, you know. But I'm gonna go ahead and say Miley Cyrus. That's some off the wall shit, but that's who I grew up on. I'm a motherfucking Hannah Montana fiend. And I was in the Disney era, you know, so I grew up on that shit. I was listening to pop music before I even listened about. This who I got. Nicki, Coy, and Miley for the win.
Okay.
Period. That's
good, and that's genuine and authentic.
Authentic, for sure.
Okay, so when can fans expect some music from you, my love?
All right. I will be dropping my next single on September 23rd. The next song that I'm dropping is definitely a very positive vibe. It has a great message. It's definitely not to be, you know, viewed as too political, because it is about like kind of like race and gun violence and, you know, putting down the guns and kind of just keeping the peace and shit. But I don't want motherfuckers to get confused. I'm not with all that political, you know, shit, but I'm just a human in this world, and I love, you know, seeing other people be happy. So that next song that I'm dropping on the 23rd is definitely celebrating, you know, how I feel about people who have already, you know, lost their lives to gun violence and things like that. Because the shit is fucked up and it's an issue, you know? And I feel like that's a good little follow-up from June. Show people I ain't talking about just a whole bunch of nothing.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. I'm talking about something. Come in.
Okay, so tell me what's like one of the hardest decisions you've had to make, like musically so far. I know your career is real early, but like, what do you feel like is the hardest thing?
I think giving up that control, because as an artist, you already are so possessive over so much of your work. And like when you start to get involved with other people and you start consulting other, you know, and you're not just the only one dropping your music and having the only opinion on your shit, and you start having other people's opinions, and it's like you have to kind of respect it, because at the next people are here to help you. So I think the hardest part is kind of like letting go of like my like possessiveness and giving other people a little bit of control over my art, and not being so like, this is what I want to do and this is what we're doing, and I'm not taking advice from anybody. It can't be like that. Like I genuinely had to learn to just be more open-minded. So, and it's hard because it's kind of like music is like my child, right? You know, this is my feelings, my thoughts, my real life, like shit, right? So that would be probably the hardest thing, giving up, like, you know, you gotta listen to other people sometimes. You can't just
do it. You gotta humble yourself.
Humble yourself, babe. Just learn how. Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, one time we were out and, you know, somebody like approached you and was like, oh my God, are you June? And I was like, holy shit. Like, it just felt different to me, you know what I'm saying? You know, we like up and coming and we really doing our thing. So I just like really love that for you. Like, how does it feel like adjusting to that type of thing?
I honestly honestly feel like, and not even on no cocky shit, like even when I was in like elementary school or middle school or high school, I kind of always had a name for myself. So it's always been kind of accustomed and natural to me to kind of be like
the popular
girl, you know, the girl everybody kind of knows.
I can see it.
You know, like, oh, Kiki, you know, somebody Griffin, oh yeah, you know, it's always kind of been like that. The music just makes it better because it's like I have purpose now. Motherfuckers not just looking at me like, oh, the light skin Griffin with the braids. Like, no, now it's like, oh, you talking about June, the one that make music, the one that's hard as fuck. Oh yeah, Rockstar Barbie.
Right.
Yeah, Rockstar Barbie.
Right. Exactly. So when you meet people, what do you give them? You give them June, or do you give them Kennedy?
I definitely give them June first and foremost because I feel like I don't even like when my best friends or like anybody close to me calls me June. Like I feel like Kennedy is like who I truly am, and I only let a certain group of people see that unless they already knew me from my past. So I definitely let people see June first.
I totally get that.
You know, because it's like it's the same person, but definitely different.
Yes,
definitely different.
Of course. Okay. So now, honey, how do you intend to contribute to the world with your music career?
I definitely hope that my music starts to inspire people in the ways that it brings me success. And that's one of the things that I used to always say, because manifestation is so important and the power is in your tongue. So I always knew to speak specifically what you wanted. So I was just like, I want my music to inspire others in ways that it brings me success. Like, say that, you know what I'm saying? Say exactly what you want.
Exactly.
So literally, like, I want people to fucking be like, yo, I listened to this song and this song helped me, you know, get out of my toxic relationship, or this song made me heal my relationship with my mom or my brother, or, you know, shit like that. I want to change people's lives with my music. I don't want people to just hear my shit, download it, play it one time, be like, all right, you know, I want people to be like, I'm having a bad day. Let me go listen to June. Let me turn that shit on real quick.
Yeah, that's why I was mad that you took your music.
I know.
I want to listen to yours and my son's music. And
Period.
So, all right. Well, as far as like 2022, like, what do you feel like was your biggest lesson?
2022 has definitely taught me that the love and the peace that you're searching for and whatever else you're looking for it in is truly in yourself. And it gets hard when you start to realize that wherever you are in life, you have to look yourself in the mirror and blame you. And I learned this year that taking accountability is the first step to change. And you gotta realize, like, when you're fucking up, you gotta realize when you're making mistakes. And I've done that, and I feel like I'm beginning that even more. I'm being more harder on myself this year because I don't have any more excuses to fuck up. Like, I have no more reasons. Like, bitch, you got every reason to fucking do this shit and really take this shit to the top, you know? So my biggest lesson definitely this year is to just start taking that accountability and making that change, because it's time for that. Because I can change people's lives, but I gotta change mine first. Facts.
Baby girl.
Yes, baby girl growing up.
Oh my god. So, you know, you're a music artist, we know that it's set in stone, but I'm just curious, like, if you wasn't doing music, then what would be like your next thing to do?
I feel like if I wasn't doing music, I probably definitely would have been an entertainment attorney. Like, even if I wasn't an artist, I definitely would have had to been associated in a way with the entertainment industry in some way. And I always was into law, like the whole debate aspect. Like, I was in a legal arts program when I was in elementary school. I flew out to DC and everything in 5th grade. Like, I did a whole mock trial at the Capitol. I was the
That's something I didn't know about you.
Like,
we share that same interest.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Yes. So if it wasn't music, it would have definitely been law. I would have definitely went and took this shit and took it to the entertainment side of law for sure. Would have had a bitch at Yale studying this shit.
Okay, it's never too late. You know, this shit get watered down. What you got out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because I hate school, so I never got to go.
I feel you.
Shit.
So we need to let these people know, like, how we know each other, like how we met, like, because it's been a minute. First of all,
so it has been a minute. And I'm so happy to see you right now. I'm sorry I got to put some milk on.
Me too. Let me get some of these little infused. These are infused too.
Of course.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and get home. Let's go ahead. Might as well.
That shit gonna be awkward as hell to eat. Let me see. Why all the rum is coming up 2 at a time? I can't do that. Y'all trying to put me on television.
Say ah. Say ah. Yes,
I'm gonna
Okay. What was the question? Right. So I had a manager. My old manager, who I'm not even managed by anymore, introduced us. And I remember the first time I came over, I was late. What's going on?
You want me to get the video?
This shit is good.
Oh, wow. Let me get the personal buffer.
That worm was extra as hell.
That worm was extra. I put 2 in your mouth. At the same time.
No, he was not right.
2 worms in the mouth at the same time.
No, he was not right.
Alright, so how we met? We just put the glass down. We didn't even drink the shit. We fucking even fucking drink the shit.
I just drink this.
Okay, it tastes like straight juice for real. It's amazing.
But it sneak up on you.
It do. Shout out to 50. Alright. So I had an old manager. We met through my old manager. The first day I fucking came in here, I remember you were just like, your energy was so fucking contagious. Like I was here with Nate,
right.
I came with Nate, and we
came
late. Right, we came late. My parents started here. They was like, where the fuck you was? Where you coming from?
I was shopping with your brother.
Yup. Darian was here too. I came in. I'm like, yo.
I had your music video playing on TV.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a missing piece of my puzzle. Like, where's Shorty been? And I promise you that was the best thing that came from that relationship between me and my manager was you. Like, real life.
That's the only reason why you needed his ass. Sorry, manager.
Sorry, but truth do hurt sometimes.
Right.
And I really do, honestly, I haven't seen you all summer. You've been working. You've been doing your big one.
Yes.
Doing what you gotta motherfucking do, please.
Yes, I know.
But I'm so glad that we had a chance to catch up.
Yes.
While I turned 21, literally, I'm literally turning 21.
And so for y'all that don't know, yes, like my business is strictly editorial.
Yes.
Like no, I don't post a lot. She know because I don't be posting, but I be getting money. So that's why. Anyway, my company we customize things, furniture,
every
clothing, home decor, all the shit,
whatever.
But June, like I did a lot of looks for her. I did a lot of looks for her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a lot of stuff coming in the future.
Definitely.
And she shot one of her videos here. Her family did a photo shoot here. She did her own shoot here.
Yes.
So this is Strictly Editorial Studios that we doing our first little real interview at. Like you always break my little virginity, my little entertainment stuff, which is good.
We have to.
Yes, and I love being around you because you're so inspiring, motivational. You push me too. You apply that pressure too. Like we do it for each other.
We definitely.
We don't speak all the time, but I do appreciate you checking in, just saying hey. You know what I'm saying? Because I be really bad with that too. Because I'm working so much, but
it's life.
It's so good, especially from a young person.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I know she like me. I know she really loves me because she is so young. She be doing a million other things right now. I'm just texting me saying, hey, I'm just checking in on you.
And I love you, seriously. Like everything that you've done for me just from the point that we met to right now, having people like that in my life right now it's been so helpful. Like it's gotten me to this point where I'm still walking, smiling, popping my shit at 20-1 because I've been through a whole motherfucking lot since we met. So just imagine what was going on before then. When I didn't have somebody that I could come to, and I'm so glad that you're the person I can come to. And thank you for fucking doing this for me.
People did this for me when I was your age, so you know what I mean. I just couldn't even I try to really give that hand. I ain't have to know you for years. I always say that. If I feel compelled to help you, I'm just gonna do that because y'all young and y'all need guidance and y'all need people to just not be hating on the fact that I'm just gonna live vicariously through you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna uplift you. And we all gonna benefit from the experience, the family, you know what I mean? And it's and I fuck with you because you are consistent and I know you're serious about your shit. And that's really I fuck with people who's serious about their shit. When you young and you serious, fancy box with you, but you're not serious. I don't even call my phone, please.
It's no point. You don't waste time.
No. But we had a good time here. Thank you so much for choosing me to interview you.
Obviously,
this was sweet.
we needed
you know what I
this.
mean?
We needed
Me and Roddy was trying to get, in this whole vibe already.
Yes.
We talking about it for so long.
Yes.
So I appreciate you bringing me in and
Yes.
waking me about my shit.
Yes.
I was sleeping for days.
I
I'm
already know
working.
that you needed that.
Yes, I did. I was like, I haven't slept enough. Let me get up because,
Yes. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. I'm so glad that you did this with me tonight.
Too, boo. I love you so much.
I love you.
I wish you so much. This love me popping. I'm ready. Just know I'm ready. Okay,
Yes.
I already see what's going on.
Facts.
So I'm here.
So we're gonna fucking cheers to that. It was a wonderful little time to catch up. I appreciate you. I love you.
Of course, though.
I'm 21, y'all. Wish me a happy birthday.
Yes.
It's up and it's stuck. It was always that. It was always me. It was never y'all. It was always us. Crazy. No cap. Rockstar Barbie shit.
It's all about the Rockstar Barbie.